Happy Friday. It's another beautiful day. Truly grateful to wake up sober. Today I wanted to talk about relapse. Man, that can be really defeating. I've been there. You're doing it, you're doing good. You think, you're doing well, and then all of a sudden the beast arises and you're not spiritually fit to defend yourself. And I'm telling you, it's okay. It happens. It happens. You got to get out of that self-pity. You got to say, hey, I made a mistake. That was yesterday. But you got to go back and you got to fight her again. You got to take a stance and say, I'm worth it. I can do this. Relapse happens way before you actually pick up. That's in the knowing yourself part of recovery. The way that you're acting, you're not going to meetings, you're not speaking out about things that are bothering you, you're building resentments, and then one day it's there, you're down on yourself and you pick up. The scary thing is that, when you're sober and you've had some time, especially with opiates, you go back to using, you go full force, and your body is not capable of handling that amount of opiate, and you overdose. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't make it out of there. I've had a lot of friends pass away, about 6 in the last 2 months, to overdoses. And my gosh, the biggest thing is the people, the babies, the family members that are affected by this tragedy. So it doesn't have to be you. That is a good thing. It doesn't have to be you today. You can make that choice right now to put it down and not pick it up again. A lot of times in life, you're stuck at a crossroads. You don't want to be the person that you are. You could be something different. But it's just like, how do you get there, right? It seems like so far. But you got to plant that seed. You got to plant that seed deep in you, and you got to feed her. You got to feed her with love, positive affirmations, getting out of self. And 15 years I was using. I relapsed a hell of a lot. And it was, my family, they didn't trust me anymore. No one wanted to hear, I got it this time. I really got it. And that can be defeating in itself. Because we're all looking for approval. No matter what anybody says, we're all looking for approval or a pat on the back to say, hey, you're doing good. After 20 times of doing something, people start to lose faith in you. But you can't lose faith in yourself. You got to make a stand and say, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight against this addiction. I'm going to fight against this thing that's draining me of everything that I have, taking away everything that I love. I'm going to do something different today. Not long ago, I was walking in the doors of, treatment again, seeing the same faces. The counselors are looking at me like, oh, here she comes. She's such a train wreck. And no one trusted me. This time, I started to have trust in myself. I started to build up a foundation that was solid, that was packed with sobriety, with sober friends. You have to get rid of people, places, and things. It is imperative, and it's the only way that you're going to make it if you don't hang around people that are using. Relationships, ding, ding, ding. Let me tell you, when you get in recovery and you start getting to know about yourself and start having boundaries, you're not going to want to be around those people. You're not going to want to be around people that want to see you fail. If they're feeding you drugs, or if they're in their addiction or alcohol, they're not there. You are not their best interest. Misery loves company. I'm always saying, I got to stop saying that. So I just want to tell you that you got to get up today. Even if it was a bad day, you can start your day over. And you got to make a pact with yourself. You got to look in the mirror and say, I love you. You're worth it. God made you especially perfect, different from every single other human being on this planet. You have a purpose. The train. You have a purpose in life. You know, you got to find out what that purpose is. You know, and every day that I wake up now, you know, I look, I have a bed to sleep in. I have a beautiful daughter. I have food to eat, clean clothes to put on. I'm not out trying to get one more or scam somebody or do something that I would never do just for one more, for that thing that doesn't have a mind, a body, or a soul. I was a slave to it. And that feeds me. That feeds my light side, to know that I can take a stance and I can say no. I can say no. Once I pick it up, it's pretty damn hard to say no, because you get into that cycle of misery. We've all been there, and you just don't want to be there anymore. So if you're battling right now, trying to get clean, you know, I want to share this with you. I was with a therapist one day, and I'm talking about all my problems, pity pot, poor me. I'm like, you know, I'm really trying this time. I'm really trying. He's like, takes a pen and he throws it on the floor. He said, try to pick that up. I said, try to pick it up. You know, I picked it up. He's like, see, there's no try. You either do it or you don't. You're either in it 100%. You're either in it 100% or you're not. You know, like little Yoda, there is no try. You got to do it, you know. I have faith in you. You've got to have faith in you. You know, look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do it today. This is the day, the first day of the rest of my life, that I choose to be happy. I choose to make a different choice in life. I choose to be sober. All right, have a wonderful day. Be blessed and take care.